Hello, everyone. Today we will be talking about how a gas detector works. This is a refrigerant gas detector, of course, which detects leaking refrigerant. But yeah, this thing is already taken apart because I just wanted to see what was inside of this thing first. And this piece would end up going on here like this. This would end up going like this. It's basically a little cover, and this little light guide here would just distribute the light from all these little LEDs. And this piece covers the bottom over here. So how this thing works is that there is this gooseneck hose or pipe over here, and you might think that this little thing at the end is a gas sensor, and all of the circuitry inside this is just processes that signal and turns it into LEDs, and there's also a little buzzer here for an alarm. But nope. Let's go ahead and open up this little gas sensing nozzle. So there is these two plastic pieces, one of which has this perforated paper material in here, and this acts as a filter to stop any solid objects from entering the pipe. And down there is just a little metal piece which leads into a small rubber hose which goes down the pipe and into the unit, although unfortunately that hose has been removed by me. Anyway, let's get this thing the rest of the way open. So here is the other end of the pipe, and normally there would be a hose over here connecting this point to this point right here, but it has been removed. I removed it. And there's also this piece of PVC pipe in here with some foam stuck in it. This is where the battery pack would go. The battery pack was a 3-cell nickel metal hydride pack, which was 3 2700 milliamp hour cells wired in series, and that thing was all leaky and stuff, so that's in the e-waste now. And so the way that it works is that this hose connects to this point over here, and there is this weird thing that's sticking up on the board, and it's called IR cell. So and it's removable, so you can just take it out like this. And this is the actual gas detector. It is a pipe. It's the air goes in here and out there, and it allows air to pass over. I think it's a volatile organic compound sensor, which can detect many sorts of compounds, probably including refrigerants, and it's probably in this little metal box here, which appears to be soldered on, as you can see by that little piece of metal, and I'm not really sure what this side is for. Maybe it's just to hold it in place, or there's some other sensor in there too. And these are the sockets for the little pins on there. And then if you're wondering how the air moves through this thing, everything is pulled through by this little DC, with this little pump, which is just a DC motor and some mechanical bits that act as a pump. And in fact, let's see if I can run the pump using a 9-volt battery. As you can hear, it's pumping, and it's blowing a small amount of air out of this hole and sucking air in through this hose. Well, you can't see it, but I can feel some air coming out of this little hole here. And of course, this is a 9-volt battery, so it can't deliver much current. And as for how the signals from the gas sensor are interpreted, well, of course, there's a lot on here. This is probably, well, let me get a more suitable pointer tool. This is the microcontroller, which of course controls all the LEDs and probably the beeping and stuff. This is the barrel jack for recharging the battery, and it's actually says 12 volt, 500 milliamps. And then this appears to be a headphone jack, which is probably for an alarm system. If alarms use 3.5 millimeter headphone jacks, there's a bridge rectifier on here for some reason, a high power 50 ohm resistor, which is kind of odd. Plenty of tantalum capacitors, I guess, for reliability, because tantalum capacitors are more stable than electrolytic capacitors. They don't leak, they don't dry out. And of course, there are a bunch of LEDs for indication, and they correspond to these holes up here. And of course, the light from the LEDs is blasted through a clear light guide, which is right here. And of course, it's just inserted into here like this, and it allows the faceplate to be lit up. Well, yeah. So that is how a refrigerant gas detector works.